No auto group finder, but we are getting an improved group finder for Wrath of the Lich King. Blizzard have given a preview of it, just saying it's got, new look, modern code, basically works better, more usable. Roles, they're introducing roles into the UI. Partial groups can broadcast which slots they have open, and individuals can specify whether they're willing to tank, heal, do damage, or multiple. All right, so that's pretty sweet. Yeah. And then all roles are open to all classes to, I guess, enable madness if you want to do that. Solo listings and multiple activities, because they envision this as a bulletin board where you can just sort of list what you want to do. So they're supporting listings from both solo individuals and partially filled groups. And if you can't decide which dungeon you want to run, that's okay. You can list yourself for multiple dungeons.
Great.
Requesting invites and suggesting invites. And then basically it should be the single source for your group finding needs. Sending messages in the looking for group chat channel will require being listed in the UI.
Oh, that's very big. That's very big. I think that's good.
Maybe it's just going to be all boosting groups and listed in the UI.
Of course it will be.
That'll be fun for them to do with.
Yeah, of course it will be, which means, please. No, I can't even say it. I know they won't. I was going to say, please just make it boosting against TOS, but no, that's...
Do it for Wrath.
They're never going to do that. It's too many players. It's too much movement. It's too much. It's the same way that I see this as an extension of the same reason why RMT back in the day wasn't just we have a vague sense you're an RMT, and the GMs just sniped you out of the ground. It was never like that. They always wanted the player experience to be fine. So whenever someone was like caught RMTing or buying, they were like, okay, well we'll take your gold away. And we'll see if we can find the seller and destroy them, but we'll leave you there. I think it's the same for boosting, where they're like, there's a genuine demand for this. We can't just destroy people for the demand because it's a natural thing they want to do. I think that's fundamentally the problem. And that's sad because I'd love them to just try it. Like, yeah, fuck this whole thing. I was just about to completely go on a Senator Armstrong rant there for a second, where it says we'll take this into our own hands. But yeah, I'd love to see that, but otherwise, actually, that's a good point. Hopefully it's like there's a really good way to get rid of boosting groups or report them, or they make it like not allowed.
Yeah, so let's just take a look at it.
Yeah.
Right, so here's all your different categories, right? Then here is listing yourself for multiple different things. Here's some of the browsing UI then for somebody who has got 8 activities selected. You can kind of go over all the different players. So, yeah, do that kind of thing. Right, so here's a group that has a tank, has a healer in Violet Hold.
Oh, Violet Hold, fantastic.
Saying LF healer and, tank and DPS, LF healer and DPS. So, yeah, it's kind of what you would expect. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's actually
looks good.
It looks, and this is going to be kind of probably annoying for some people, Blizzard. That looks way better than the premium group finder we have in terms of like base usability and stuff. It actually looks quite nice.
Interesting. Yeah. So we'll have to play around with it.
All of the little like class icons and stuff looks wonderful.
Yeah. Those are like nice flavor. So basically that's it. Of course, though, someone's going to put item level or gear score into this damn thing. So that'll happen. But really, I do think like this just cannot become a hive of boosting posts. Because if people, it just can't. So I really hope they can do something there. Now, as for some Q&A, right then, will there be a restriction on it like we have in retail to counteract stuff? Although it couldn't be a high-level restriction. Basically say that they will be requiring an authenticator to create a listing with custom text, the same as mainline WoW. And if somebody's being disruptive or breaking code of conduct, you can report their listing. Our expectation is the existence of this UI will greatly cut down on the amount of spam in the channel and hopefully make opting into using the chat channel a better experience for everyone. Okay. Right. Would it be possible to get an explanation of the inner workings? How do the buttons work? What does request to join do? So just saying that the screenshots they've shown are whip. They are already planning some changes, such as combining the dungeon and heroic dungeon category, and having better separators within a category. But to answer those questions specifically, request to join will push a pop-up to another group's party leader, letting them know about your request.
No.
And as a side note, this can also be used outside the group finder, such as if you want to join another party you meet in the world. If a listing is already in search results, you'll see updates to it as the group changes. So I guess that just means loads of refreshing and stuff.
Yeah.
Ultimately, screenshots and explanations aren't a substitute for the feedback we'll get from real players forming real groups who are eager to get into your hands quickly. I believe the term is soon TM, and of course, it's live now, and this is in it.
Cool.
So there you go. Good shit, basically. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Wrath. Really looking forward to it.
I am very much as well. I'm kind of torn because I really like my character in TBC at the minute, even though relatively low level, and doesn't really have anything going for her, to be honest. Just has sort of gear, but I do enjoy it. So I'm like, should I fresh start? Maybe I will, just to make sure I get an economy that hasn't been pre-ruined by boosting RMT.
Yeah,
So I think that's one of the major things I'm kind of worried about is just that whole. Oh yeah, you can have a sort of a world that hasn't been corrupted, because I think that's the problem. As I could get into in the video, I'm writing, it's all just like there is just that poison from RMT just spreading across the entire world and destroying the economy bit by bit by bit. That's strong feelings about GDKPs, but that's maybe a bit of a spicy one. So.